the guests that I always invite, they confuse me. They don't know how to do domestic work. They don't know how to dress. Every time they come in like some weird dress. Now today I called somebody, but that lady has not even arrived. Hey, Kere? No knocking, no doorbell. Hai kya? Open. Hey, Baba. Ladies. Sit down, sit down. Oh, Baba. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to my guest today. She is Shubra Acharya.
Shubra Acharya.
Shubra Acharya, that is my Bengali tongue. But she is a biker, as you have already guessed by her masculine clothes. Hey, there's so much atta on me. Shubra, tell me one thing. You, top to bottom, you are covered. You don't feel hot?
No, pretty comfortable actually.
No, because I wear nightie and because it's very airy. So why do you wear masculine clothes?
Masculine clothes is the question, or fully covered is the question?
No, fully covered is not the question. Masculine clothes is the question.
So nothing masculine, yeah. It's pretty comfortable. It's chill. Jeans, not masculine anymore. Jeans, jacket, t-shirt. You should try them. You'll be comfortable in them.
No. He will not like it. I allow my daughter to wear sometimes, but not much. But you first tell me that I'm actually going on looking at your clothes because when you walked in, Babari, with your helmet and all, I got scared. I thought, Babari, ye chodda ka tha. I got very scared.
Okay, it's okay, you're safe.
Yeah, I assume I'm safe, but don't worry, I have.
Oh, okay.
Acha, but you tell me this thing, Shubra, that you're a biker.
Yeah.
But biking, I mean, I see girls in scooty, but bike and with gear and all, isn't it very difficult?
No, not really. It's just about getting used to. And once you're used to it, it's like a car. It has more things than does a scooty.
Okay.
But once you're used to it, it's pretty much the same.
But when did you start?
I started about 7 years back. Started riding, and been riding quite a bit ever since.
So you tell me this thing, that how did that whole imagination that you will be riding a bike that come from?
So my dad used to have a bike when I was really young. We've gone a lot of places, pillion with him, and I used to really enjoy going on the bike with him. And at a very young age, since I was pretty tall, I could reach my leg to the ground. So I learned to ride a bike in class 7, class 6, class 7 or so. But then after, I never rode anywhere. I knew to ride within our gate at home, and I really enjoyed it. It was fun. I was not any pro at it, but I enjoyed it. And so there was no imagination like, one day I will be a so and so or anything. It never happens with anyone. It's just I started enjoying it, and after that, when I was old enough, my brother gifted me a bike for my birthday, and after that, there's been no looking back. You can't say no to a gift, no.
Huh.
So you have to
That
ride.
is, but he also did not know that you will one day become a biker.
I think he really knew that I enjoyed motorbikes, riding, going places, traveling and stuff like that. And I'd gone on 1 or 2 rides. I didn't have a bike yet, but with another friend I'd gone, and I really enjoyed it. I rode his bike and stuff like that. So then my brother said, okay, chalo, it looks like something that she really enjoys. So let's give it to her. Let's see what wings this bike can give her. And wings they gave, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you are married?
Yeah, I've been married for 4 years.
4 years. So your husband is also okay?
He's a rider himself. I started going on rides with him. And both of us living the perfect, both of us, he is a photographer and I ride. So just everything is, touch wood, fallen in place. Everything is in sync. We travel together all the time.
And he's okay with you riding?
Absolutely, he loves that. He loves the fact that I ride, and he's actually a huge strength for me when it comes to, in some places when I feel I may not be able to do a certain terrain, or I'm feeling little not so confident sort of, or anything like that. He's usually the one who's like, oh, what's with you? Of course you can. And he's always there by my side.
Is it that you have otherwise you have confidence issue, or is it the whole when you go on terrains you feel that way?
No confidence issue. I've never had confidence issues, but um, at certain kind of terrains in a really difficult situation, say it's knee deep or waist deep water that's there, you need to ride through it and you can't see what's lying underneath, and for a minute there will at times there will be a time when you're like, oops, this looks a little risky, should I take an alternate route or something like that. And a lot of times he'll ride across and then he'll tell me that this is a good path to take, come from here because there's not a big stone there, right from here and come, stuff like that. And on really steep roads, and on a recent ride there was a very, very steep road where I had a couple of falls, after which if you have a couple of falls, your confidence takes a hit, right? So after that, every turn I was like, oops, one more, oh damn, it's the same kind, and it starts playing on your mind. So he's usually there saying, of course, you can, don't worry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, then I must tell you that she must be a very good rider when it comes to Bangalore roads and rains.
Yeah. Lot of practice off-roading, water.
That you can do in
river crossing.
Yeah. Wow, nice. But Acha, tell me your first experience riding.
My first ride was in 2010. It's about 100 kilometers away from Bangalore. On Mysore Road, there's a place called Tonur. It's Lake Tonur. It's a huge lake. We rode there. My brother was sitting pillion with me that day, and I just didn't have that. And Mysore Road is a really bad road to be going on when you're new to riding because it's just mental traffic. So I was fair. I was fine. We were about 7-8 bikes, and I just couldn't catch up with anyone ever. Like I was just falling behind because I was very new. My bike was about a week old, and I just couldn't catch up with them also. Like I was at like 40, 45 sort of. In like 3 minutes from the time we start, everybody is gone. Like I'm on my own sort of. My brother was there, and the final bit involved a little bit of off-roading. And on that day, while going to the lake, I refused to ride there because it just looked like I wouldn't be able to. I said, I'm not doing that. And while coming back, my brother was like, no, go, now you go. Let's see what will happen. You'll fall right here. It's okay, I'm here. We'll pick it up. It's okay, chalo. Did that. Coming back, somehow managed to stick with them. I don't know how, stick with the rest of them. So there was some learning that happened in that short period. And on that day, I decided that, we stopped at a coffee day and we decided we'll do Leh this year. And, everybody was very excited and stuff like that. Put a date to it, sealed. About 6 months later, we were on our way to Leh.
Like Kashmir?
Yeah. My whole family went. My mom, dad on one bike. I was on one bike. My brother and sister-in-law on one bike.
From Bangalore?
No, my dad and my husband rode from Bangalore. We weren't married then. They rode from Bangalore all the way. We met them in Delhi and we started the ride from there.
Oh. And what are the kinds of bike that you own?
I've owned a Royal Enfield all along. That's the first bike that my brother gifted. I still have that. I'm looking to buy another bike. I'm not sure yet. I won't sell this, but I'll get another bike sometime very soon. And we have a couple of KTMs and stuff as well. My husband rides a KTM. My dad rides a Bullet. I ride a Bullet and sometimes I ride a KTM. So these are the two bikes. But I'll ride pretty much anything that I can lay my hands on.
Oh, and do you know how to ride scooty?
Of course. Started from there.
Oh.
I used to own a Dio, Honda Dio. It was a very cool bike back then.
Right next door, there's a college.
Yeah,
all girls,
have that.
Light, but Bullet and all very heavy, and you are not very.
I get asked that a lot actually about it's such a heavy bike. How do you manage and stuff like that? Except for very tricky terrains, very tricky situations, or at very bad road. Plus you have to take a turn and it's slopey. And except those kind of situations, most other places it's very stable. It doesn't really matter what. There are much heavier bikes also that are there in the market. And there's never an issue. Once you're used to it, you don't have to carry it. You sit on it. The heavier it is, it's more stable.
Shubra, nowadays, when I watch TV, I see these scooty ads, lightweight bikes without gears. All girls, they will give ad. Men will not give ad. And heavy bikes like with gears, all men will give ad. Advertisement. How do you feel that time? Because you are a girl and you are doing this, so don't you feel like the companies should
Actually not. I don't feel that way, because from a company's perspective, although there is a huge number of girls today compared to ever before, and it's only increasing, that girls are getting out there on geared motorbikes, big motorbikes that have been associated historically with men. But from the company's perspective, it's still a very small number, the girls riding. The girls riding the gearless scooty and that kind of vehicles, it's still a huge number, because of which it makes sense for the company, monetarily speaking, it makes sense for the company to release a bike, market it specifically saying it is for girls, and sell it. And bikes, the biggest customer, the biggest buyer, even today, whichever bike, whichever geared bike you talk about, anywhere, is the majority of the buyers will be men. So from a company's perspective, it probably makes sense for them, because I mean it's a growing number, definitely it's a growing number, but it's still a very small number for them to actually run ads and spend that kind of money on. So, and the ones who are into serious riding, the girls who are into serious riding, still do their research, find out, figure out, and won't really not buy a bike because it's not been advertised specifically for them. So I don't think that's a very, I mean, at least to me personally, it's never really meant much.
Because I remember in our days when we used to have a ladybird cycle, not a single boy in the colony bought that.
Yeah.
Because it was meant only for girls.
Correct.
But now I was thinking that companies should put their focus on girls also riding bikes.
Correct. I think it started to happen, although maybe not with the bike as such, but the smaller products, that the gear that goes with it, like helmets, have a huge variety that started to become available for women, which were, when I started riding, there was nothing called a riding jacket that was meant specifically for women. Now there is a huge lineup of products that have started being available in India. I mean in India. It was always available abroad. To get them from there. There was no store, and even if there was a bike gear store, they'd have 40 products for jackets for men variety, and there'd be like one in 2 colors maybe, sort of. But it's changing. So it's only a matter of time that even the bikes, they will start releasing and making bikes specifically for women and stuff like that. But maybe it's not yet there.